Hey, welcome into the round pen with my little 2-year-old Duke. I think I'm ready to saddle him. This is the end of October. I've had him since mid-June, so a little over 4 months. And in that 4 months, in that 4 months, maybe 2 hours of working with him total. And then maybe another 30 minutes or an hour by my interns. And there's a honeybee that's really bothering him and kind of floating around him there. So I don't know if that'll be a problem. We'll see. The biggest thing with this colt is getting him to move out. That's his only really negative. He's got a lot of positives. I take it back. There are 2 honeybees messing with him here. He's got a lot of positives. I have yet to find anything that scares this colt. And for a horse that's going to be a cowboy racing horse, it doesn't get much better than that. I've taken him over quite a few obstacles that a lot of horses wouldn't even want to go near, and he just walked over them like they weren't even there. So I'm really excited about his future. And I don't mind a horse that's a little bit lazy, just as long as I can teach them to go. And this is how you do it. Whenever I kiss, he needs to move out. I'll ask him to lope here. He let me know he didn't like that. I've probably first time I've asked him to lope on the line. He did it on the wrong lead. Let's try it again. Still on the wrong lead. There we go. Okay. Ooh. So this is something I haven't done. Okay, ask him to lope. So it shocked him a little bit. Say, oh, Steve, you big meanie, you just beat on that horse. Goodness gracious. I barely touched him with the tail end of that string. But he needs to learn to go when I say go. Woo. And especially a horse like him that tends to be a little lazy, a little stoppy. Let's see what he does now. He's licking and chewing like, oh my goodness, that was so much work. Okay, let's ask him. Okay, he's going to trot off. I'll ask him to, all right. Good. So he just loped right off. And he doesn't have to do it really pretty. He just needs to do it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. There we go. Picked up the correct lead. Ooh. Okay. So that's the first time I've worked on that, and he did fine. And I'll probably, usually, if I tap a horse with the tail end of that string there, like I did him, you only have to do it once or twice. And after that, they understand the cue, and then when I get on him, he'll actually go somewhere. But I see, I see people who don't do that from the ground, and then they get on the horse, and then they have to do it while they're riding them, which is, if that's how you want to do it, it's okay, I guess. I'd rather do it from the ground. Good, he's going to lick and chew. Thought he would. I never interrupt a horse when they're licking and chewing. Good boy. All right, now, things that, again, I've done all of this, but it's been a while. Put ropes around his belly. I've put a circ single on him, I think 2 days. Left it on for an hour or two each time. He didn't have any problem. He's not reacting to that even a little bit, even in his flanks. He's such a good colt. I really, really like him. He's a gelding. I say colt. He's a gelding. Good. Pull him pretty tight. If a horse bucks with the first saddling, mostly it's because of the belly bothers them. So if they're not bothered by that, most likely the saddle's not going to bother him too much. Okay. All right, let's bring him over here, and I'm going to set this saddle. This is an old roping saddle. I usually keep it up in the attic because this is the only thing I use it for, is the very first saddling on colts. And I'll show you why I use it here in a moment, because I'm pretty rough with it. So let's let him just look at it, sniff it a minute. And it smells like other horses. And you can see he's not afraid of it at all. This horse just doesn't get afraid of too much. All right. Okay. And what I always say on the first saddling is take an extra 10 minutes, please. Take an extra 20 minutes. Whatever it takes to get that colt okay. And with him, I'm not even holding the lead rope because I'm not the least bit concerned he's going to spin around and kick me. If with most colts, I'd have that lead rope crooked over my elbow. But this colt is just so gentle and rarely gets bothered by something. But he is walking off. So I might have to, just to keep him from walking away from me here. So he's better on the left than he is on the right, which is not uncommon. So I want him to be okay with the saddle. If I can't walk around him with it, why would I put it on his back? Okay, I guess I am going to have to pick up the lead rope, keep him from wandering around here. Okay. I should be able to just walk up and touch him and rub him with it like this all over. Okay. And how I learned to do this in nice slow increments is Mustangs taught me. Mustangs won't let you just walk up and flop it on their back. You have to do it in small little bits. Okay. Now I am going to set it up there. So let's see what we get here. And I cracked a rib last week, so I can't really, I'm a little bit not very nimble. Okay. All right, so I set it up from the left. Now we'll set it up there from the right side. Good. Okay. Now here's the part why I use this old rope and saddle. Because one of the most traumatic things that can happen to a young horse is for somebody to fall off of them. And if someone falls off of a horse, almost always, most of the time, they come right over that shoulder, majority time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull that and let it hit the ground right there. And I thought that it wouldn't bother him. Some colts it does, which is why I do this, okay? He's looking for something to eat, all right? So I keep this old saddle here just so I can flop it on the ground like that. And I'm not concerned about it. All right. We'll do it on both sides. Come right here, buddy. And his leading is not good enough to my satisfaction yet either, but I'm not going to work on that right at this moment, okay? So let's pull it off on this side. But there it goes, there it comes. Good.